Alright, hello and welcome back to Let's Play Shovel Knight. The way to flying machine Propeller Knight is unblocked. So let's head out and strike the earth. So already, with Sky Knight, we're having to say goodbye to the lovely ground. What did the ground ever do to you, Sky Knight? Oh, I guess it's Propeller Knight. Because steam power hasn't been invented yet. Interesting. So everything being jellyfish, of course, means that one hit breaks them, and now you go on to the next thing. Oh, weird, the little beetles. We actually haven't seen those in a while. Not since the introduction, I believe. Now that being said, like it does feel like each stage has its own unique enemies. Oh, jeez. Out of all the wizards, these are definitely the most annoying, but you just have to move forward, and then they can't really do anything about it. So in a way, they're kind of the easiest, and in fact, it's very easy to jump over them. But, okay. Obviously hidden. Oh, interesting. So the gems themselves are also affected by the wind powers. Okay. Welcome to Propeller Knight's Sky Fortress. Man, these jellyfish sure are weird looking. Alright, so, it is kind of interesting though that the gems are affected by, the wind in the background. I mean, usually when you've got like objects in a stage like this, they'll just kind of be unchanging, permanent. I mean, ooh. Oh, that's kind of weirdly merciful. So, as you saw there, I kind of totally botched a jump, but then I fell down a pit, and what would normally be death in any other stage, here was only just a slap on the wrist, which is good, because everything else in Propeller Knight stage is fairly cutthroat. And, oh no, back to the beginning. Alright, I'll see you where I left off. Alright, and let's see, so we are about back where we left off. Oh wow. That sun in the background. That is the stuff Pixel Dreams are made out of. Okay, good. Nabbed it. Okay. Well, I mean, it wouldn't really be Propeller Knight stage if there weren't enemies with propellers hanging around. But yeah, that sunset. Wow. I mean, people talk about the glory and, like, inherent appeal of sprite work, and I feel like it's scenes like that that really kind of sell the beauty of sprites. I kind of feel like sprites are almost at their best, not necessarily when they're representing characters, because I mean, a character is a character, but like, when you use sprite work to represent like a giant landscape in the background, that's kind of where sprite work really goes full tilt and kind of achieves something great. And then also too, you have to think about like the abstractions necessary to oh, okay, so you pogo off the cannonballs. Not like I haven't seen that before. But the abstractions necessary to come up with stuff that'll work in sprite work, because I mean, real life does not come in edges, so you have to kind of work around that for starters. Oh man, this is just some chaotic... Okay, well, the secret to that room is damage boosting. It did seem like a chaotic sprawl with like enemies coming at you, infinite pits, and yet you just kind of muddle your way through, and it actually turns out easier than you would have thought. Well, no treasure, but also no death, so that in its own way is kind of a treasure. And also, as you probably saw, there was the return of the Plague Knights. The Plague Knight rats. Oh, interesting. Is this an enforced sub-boss? So usually, usually they'll have like enemies that kind of happen around, and then they entertain you for a while, but usually you can just walk right past them. But I believe this is the first time this game has ever given you a boss that you actually had to like sit down and defeat. So CF, like the dragon, that you could just walk right by. There were the big guys from Spectre Knight's realm, but those, I mean, you can't walk right by them, but they eventually jump. There's an opening. Oh, how nice of you to provide us a jump. And I mean, you can get through. Okay, that's... Oh, okay. No tricks. Just had to use a bit of cunning. Alright, so it looks like you just have to time the first one right. And then you can pogo from one to the next. Easy peasy. I mean, if you take that time to do it right. Well, you know the old saying, measure once, cut twice. I mean, measure twice, cut once. Whoops. Sometimes it pays to just kind of take a moment to think about it. Although it is kind of interesting how, one subtle detail, so when you enter the room, the first one is not unzapped. In fact, it's the second one that's unzapped, and so it's more or less impossible for you to get through it. Now, of course, I'm sure if you're a speedrunner, you've already... So, like you can just see right in front of you, when we enter the room, the second one is unzapped. And so, I mean, obviously I'm sure speedrunners can find a way around, oh, this life is not going to last much longer. But Shovel Knight gives it his all, even when he doesn't quite have it all. And so, it's kind of interesting. Well, that'll at least be easy to recover. So what's kind of interesting about it showing the second one and not the first one is it's really incentivizing you to actually, like, take a look and kind of figure out the puzzle. I mean, a lot of games will just kind of throw puzzles at you and just kind of expect things to be intuitive or, like, you to be able to figure it out. But Shovel Knight does really seem to have a vested interest in, like, not only you seeing the puzzles, but you being able to figure them out. Oh. And, yes, just like I planned to, I found the secret room. So that's great. What do we have in here? Only mild peril. Oh, the blue guy. What's he gonna sell us this time? Oh, Propeller Dagger. Score through the Sky Blade first. Oh, the Sky Blade first. I'm sure I would like it, but I'm sure I can't afford it. So that's unfortunate. Oh, look at all this gold. That doesn't change any of the facts therein, but is appreciated. Is appreciated. Well, if I couldn't afford it before, I certainly can't afford it now. Alright, so let's get back to that room that I always seem to keep messing up on. Okay, doesn't look too difficult. It's just... Well, okay. Oh! I thought I could just kind of damage boost my way over to the right, but no. I think it'll take a little more planning than that. Alright, let's try that all over again. You know what? Or I could just take care of the wizard the old-fashioned way. I mean, I didn't buy 100 units worth of fireball for nothing. And this room just got significantly easier. Sometimes you just have to... Oh. And in fact, there's even a reward for doing just that. Nice. I'm pretty sure there's no way I'm going to be able to find enough gold to compensate. Oh. I wonder how I get over there. Now, I have seen speedruns of this game, and so I do know that the Sky Dagger, well, propels you through the sky. So I also know that you can just use the Sky Dagger to take that music note. But if I was a first-time player, I'd be very stimmy. I'd probably also try it a few times, just go for it and maybe get killed a few times. But I mean, hey, sometimes you just got to experiment with lives. Well, that was actually my first death in Shovel Knight. Not right there, but in the first time I died in Shovel Knight, it was just to explore, see if going down a pit really does kill you. They do. Don't do it for yourself. I mean, watch me make the mistakes so you don't have to, right? Nah, I know it doesn't work like that. It's kind of sad, but you never really can learn from the experiences of others, the mistakes of others. It's a little too complicated. You can learn some from the mistakes of others, but it's one of those things where, like, you just learn so much faster by doing it yourself. But unfortunately, that opens yourself up to making far more mistakes all on your own. Oh, so there is no floor whatsoever. It is just cannonballs the whole way down. Well, good thing we have more money to lose. Well, do we though? Okay, so do the green guys respawn? looks like there's at least an upper limit. Okay. So, if you're an auto-scroller with falling platforms and wind. You guys have ticked all the boxes that tick me off. Let's see. So it looks like if you're ever stuck in this game... Oh, I see. You have to be careful of the speed at which you advance, because then the platforms, the timing... Oh, man, that is rough for an auto-scroller. So if you actually want to see an example of a game with a whole bunch of, like, aerial-based auto-scrollers, I mean, I would recommend Super Mario World. I mean, it seems like every... we'll be charitable and call it fourth level, is sort of involves an aerial auto-scroller part. And there, like, occasionally there are falling platforms, but they like to kind of build up to it, you know? Okay. Oh, that's weird. You can't... So if you're pogoing, then you fall straight down. Maybe? I might just be overreacting, but that's an interesting mechanic. But at least the Mario aerial autoscrollers, they kind of build their way up to that. It's not like day one, it's like, okay, we're doing all the aerial autoscrollers with falling platforms. And, well, Shovel Knight's like, yeah, they've played enough adventure games. They know how this is all going to work. That being said, using the conservation of 20 minutes to beat a level, or 20 minutes to film a level, roughly, that means that the boss has to be pretty easy then. Which is something I'm sort of looking forward to. If the platform is this easy, then the boss has to be, or the platforming is this hard, then the boss has to be super easy, right? Isn't that how video games work? If only. Although it is kind of interesting that they attack with wind. I mean, if you've ever used like the wind blower item in Super Smash Bros, or if you've even like, occasionally a few characters have like wind-based attacks, then you'll know how powerful wind can be despite not necessarily damaging you. And we are, okay, well on our way, but this wasn't the difficult part. The difficult part came next. So if you play back at a faster rate, then it looks like we were really moving. Oh, that's so disappointingly easy a solution. I can't believe I died that first time. Let's see, this is checkpoint. It doesn't let you keep track. But I feel like one more until the boss. Oh, maybe this is... Well, if this is the one before the boss, that's... Oh no, 2 more to go. Jeez. Tinker Knight stage was so small, actually. That's really weird. But yeah, it looks like in a fight against the wind, Shovel Knight loses. And I think that's just to get you in that whole mood of like, those propellers are gonna come at you, and they're gonna push you. So... But I'm pretty sure the boss battle, it's gonna have propellers and air aplenty. Alright, we'll just cut back to where I was. Alright, I'm back to Propeller Room of Death number 13. Alright, back to Propeller Room of Death number 12. Alright, back to Propeller Room of Death number 13. So this one... Oh, you can shoot fireballs while in the air. That's useful. Good to know. And now... we've cleared the area. Okay. Well, you don't have to make it that much harder on yourself then. And now we're gonna fall and die. Oh! How convenient. It's like we died, but we didn't lose any money. Alright, hello and welcome to Propeller Death Room number 14. Alright, hello and welcome to Don't Jump Right Away room number... Alright, hello and welcome to, I really probably should have this figured out by now, room number 14. Okay. Oh, wind. Wind. Don't stop to think. There's wind. Okay, so that room catches you off guard by first... Well, let's at least show the room in question. So this room really catches you off guard because right away it kind of blows. So if you react quickly, then you immediately, well, you don't get killed, but you essentially get killed if you get moved back to the checkpoint. But the second part, it makes it so you have to go real fast, or else it's just gonna blow you, and then same deal sort of happen. So that's kind of a brilliant way to, oh, alright. That's kind of a brilliant way to mix up the gameplay, kind of mix up like what skills are required here. So it seems like, well, one, we want to take care of the enemy. Two, if we just stay on this platform, wait. Okay, back to this room. So it seems like all you've got to do is wait, let the blower pass, and then you've got free reign. Oh, and we even get a bit of treasure for our troubles. We're still at negative gold compared to where we were before, but we don't do these levels for gold. We do them. Give me that checkpoint. Give me that checkpoint. We do it for love and justice and Shield Knight and preventing people from oh. At least I got the checkpoint. There's only one before Propeller Knight. Okay, so in this room, Shovel Knight has learned how to fly, but not for too long. Interesting. That's so weird. Alright. So, we've got platforms that'll impede our vertical progress, and so this room actually kind of feels like those various games that have a gravity manipulation mechanic, the kind where you kind of either set the gravity to go, you reverse the gravity going from up or down. I don't think this is a very crowded genre, other than B, but occasionally games have used this gimmick. Oh, jeez. Wow. Okay, that room was just kind of mean. Alright, so my objective for this room is to just kind of take it nice and slow. As much as the Death Gales will let me, at least. But, okay. Oh, I see. You're gonna have to... I think what I can do is I can hang around in that alcove, and then just let the air kind of take me all the way there. Oh, crap. Man, I've lost so much gold. I kind of wonder if Shovel Knight gets to write off all the gold he's lost as a charitable donation. Alright, so as we've discovered, we've got the alcove of safety, and then let's make a break for it. That's right, there's no vertical gust. We'll take that into account next time. Alright, not a problem. We've made it up here. Resist the wind. Now we've got our alcove of safety. And let's vault this time. And we go up. And we go to the side. We go up. Oh my gosh. I'm not even sure how to approach this next part either. Well, I'm sure I'll get more tries. Yeah, so at this point, I've pretty much just given up on recovering my gold. Oh. Well, I'd say that was easy, but we also had to deal with the emotional hardship of losing our gold. Which does hurt. It does hurt. It might not seem like it should, but it does. Oh, and miraculously, we're at full health. Because we never took physical damage. We only took emotional damage. Hey look, it's Harpooia from Mega Man Zero. Get down and face me, you gyroscopic jester. Oh man. Your crew. Hospitable. Magnificent ship. Yeah. That was quite the magnificent ship. I'll give him credit. Now hopefully Propeller Knight will let me have the high ground. Oh wow. Well, I'm not saying is this good or bad. Oh, what the heck? Like, all the other knights seem to actively, like, dislike you pogoing them. But Propeller Knight is just like, well, I see what Propeller Knight's doing. Propeller Knight is banking on the pits, which, honestly, if you've seen how I played through that level, you probably would too. But otherwise, he seemed to have left himself, like, very, very much open to pogos. And yet, well, he keeps at it. Well, so in the bet, pogos versus pits. I'd take pogos because I just beat him with it. Looking at our gold total, I think we technically have more gold than what we started the level with, but I don't really think so. Oh, and we cleared another set of levels, so that means we finally get a treasure chest. Unfortunately, I'm out of health power-ups, I'm out of magic power-ups. What's left? I guess the only thing that I can think of is the quick shovel dirt piles, which doesn't really mean much, but it's something to do. Oh yeah, I remember these guys. These are from Polar... Oh, I remember those guys. Those are from Propeller Knights. Jeez. I remember those guys. Oh, those were also from Propeller Knights. Or no, Polar Knights. It's all kind of blurring together. I mean, I love you, Shield Knight, but I gotta get my payday. And it was all a dream, just like before, but not like too far before. And gold, just in case you somehow made it to... Well, who needs to buy health tickets when you can just find them? Alright, what mysteries could lie beyond the cloud? Oh, looks like we did finally beat all the robot masters. That's weird though, I only count 6 of them. Maybe this is a Mega Man 1 game. Well, we'll have to leave what that is for later, but first, let's redeem our health power-up, and then see what we can scrounge in the armory. Well, that's right, we can even use the catapult again. So I only saw that for a second, but it looked like he cooked him a lobster, or he cooked him a part of a shoe. I guess we'll have to go freeze frame and see what that was. Well, okay, that's one way to waste a shortcut. Oh, and I have to... Oh no, okay. Well, let's see what the armory has in store for us. Yeah, I already looked at this armor. I mean, it's nice that I can afford it, but it all looks kind of dumb. I'm sure you might unlock... Well, okay, so there was a blank spot in the armory, and maybe you get a special extra armor upon beating the game, at which point the armor is now useless for you. I guess we could go back to the Propeller Knight stage and buy the Sky Dagger, but I'm gonna be honest, I kind of still have nightmares about that stage, so let's see what the Smith has. Ooh, Trench Blade or Drop Spark. Well, this only works when you're at full health, and if you've learned anything from watching me, Shovel Knight does not stay at full health all that often. So let's buy a semi-useless, but very mercantile, quick shoveling pile. And we can see it in the distance. It's the Enchantress's evil tower. Will we make it there? Of course. I mean, there's just one enemy in the way. How bad could it be? Let's see what it's like. Ooh, now this is a nice place to have a fated duel with a fated rival. The traits of a respectable warrior. Yeah, I've got some of those. Wait, he's defeated many knights. Why are we not a friend? Well, we finally get to face a knight on equal standing. If you've noticed, we have the exact same number of health as he does. It's kind of funny that he talks about honor and like dignity, and then we fight him by just pogoing him for all it's worth. You know, fighting him in the least honorable way possible. Oh, and fireballs too. Although he uses distance attacks too, so who's he to be all high and mighty about honor and reason? You look at how this guy well, I guess it's kind of honest in a way. But I gotta say, not all these mini-bosses are equally difficult. This guy, for example, was not at all. Yeah, you sure prepared me for the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm sure there was a special meaning to those 9 beads. Well, now we've cleared the way. Oh, it's a two-parter. Yeah, you didn't think you'd be able to march straight to the Enchantress's door and clobber her like one of those ordinary knights, did ya? Nope, you're gonna have to work for it. But right now, I'm feeling a little too tired to work for it. But I'll see you next time. But now, this cat's got a scat.